I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be, I feel like nobody gives me a chance. Got an email here from a viewer. Sounds like he's struggling. Looks like he's trying to meet some women online, and he's having a little bit of a hard time with it. He says, "Hi Corey, I'm 42 years old and I am separated with 3 children. These facts tend to get me rejected from almost 90% of the women that I want to see from an internet site. The other reject me after 3 or 4 questions on the internet. The women say, before I want to see you, I have some questions. Women in Israel are very demanding when they want to be for sure that you're interested in getting married before we meet for the first date. So from 10 women I approached, just 1 answered me, and I rarely get a first date. If I can have more first dates, I am sure many women will fall in love with me, but I feel no one gives me a chance for the first date, so maybe I have to lie." He says, "I've been around the world and not all women are like that. The real world is much less demanding than meeting women on the internet site. So if you could kindly help me, I would appreciate that." Well, here's the deal. Obviously, what you're doing is not working. And the thing that I've learned about internet dating and dating in general, and especially having relationships, is that there's somebody out there that you haven't met yet that you're supposed to meet. It may be tomorrow, it may be next week, it may be 3 years from now. But there's somebody out, I mean, think about it this way. How often do you meet a new best friend? There are people that come along in your life, because I'm 42, I'm going to be 43 in a few months, and I've learned that there are just people that come in and out of your life at certain key moments when you're not expecting it, whether it's a future business partner, a new best friend, a girl you're going to date and hook up with, a girl that's going to become your girlfriend, a girl that may become your wife, a woman that you may have a child with, a chick you just have a great fling with. You just never know. It's just certain people, it seem like they show up and you look in their eyes and they look in your eyes and you know that it's on. And the way I look at internet dating, because when I'm single, I have a profile, and because I have so many people that do internet dating, I have a profile up just to keep practicing and see what happens, and just to keep my finger in the water, so to speak. So it helps me based upon what the market, so to speak, is doing with internet dating. But the way you should look at internet dating is it's simply another avenue for you to meet women that you normally would meet in your everyday life. Now, if you're not getting very much response to when you're sending out emails, then obviously something that you're saying in your emails, or it's the type of women that you're responding to. And what I found, at least with like Match.com type of websites, which is typically what most guys use, and they have the largest membership database as well, is that when you send out email responses, your rate of return is not going to be real high considering how much time you have to spend in it. Now, you can come up with kind of like a form email, so to speak, that's like 3 or 4 sentences long that's kind of similar, and then as you look through a woman's profile, you pick up something in there that you like, and you say, well, the reason I responded is because I like this, or I like that you said this particular thing in your profile. Some of them will respond to you. You just got to understand, when you're sending out emails, 1 out of 10, that sounds about right. It might even be worse. But the average isn't real high as far as return on those. Now, what I like to do is, because I know what I'm looking for, and I don't go out to bars or to nightclubs or go out to places in public to meet a woman. I just simply go about my life, and I focus on my purpose, and I enjoy myself wherever I am and wherever I go. And because I'm usually in a good mood and I'm happy, I got a smile on my face, I feel good about myself, I feel good about life. It's easy to, when you bump into somebody at the grocery store or a coffee shop or walking around in the mall or walking on the street or you're at the beach, and you just naturally strike up a conversation as if you've known them for many years. Now, since I'm very specific and I know what I'm looking for, and I tend to be extremely picky and selective at this point in my life, because I've had a lot of great relationships and dated a lot of really amazing women, and I know what I want, I know what I'm looking for. And so when I write a profile for myself, I put on my internet profile exactly what I'm looking for. And usually the first sentence of my profile is something to the effect of, are you drop dead gorgeous, sexually open, confident, comfortable in your own skin, happy, goal-oriented, driven, focused, whatever it is that I want to say in the opening, because basically your first sentence in an online dating profile is just simply going to say, hey, are you this? Because what is everybody doing? Oh, I'm this way, I'm that way, I'm 5'9", I weigh 160 pounds, I do this for... I don't start out like that. I start out complete opposite. Instead of telling everything about myself and giving it all away, I want to know if the person reading it fits what I'm looking for. And so that's why I ask a question. Because right away, the woman starts reading my profile. Instead of trying to see what I'm all about, I'm asking her a question. And so when she starts reading that question, she's thinking to herself, oh, that's me. I'm that. I'm exactly what this guy's looking for. And so when she starts to write an email, that's what she's thinking. And that's the best place to be in, is when a girl likes your profile. Because you got to have some good pictures in there of yourself. Preferably doing something that you're smiling, you're having a good time. Kind of like I talked about, I did an online dating profile, or an article called The Ultimate Online Dating Profile, where I kind of give you a guide based upon the profile that I use, where you can build your own profile. But what I want in a woman is going to be different than obviously what you want in anybody else that's watching this video, for that matter. And so the idea is that before you start out with a dating profile, or even dating in general, you got to figure out, what are you looking for? What kind of woman do you want? How tall is she? What's her body style like? Her hair color, her hair type? Is it wavy? Is it curly? Is it long? Is it short? Is it straight? What kind of hair is it? What color eyes? What kind of skin does she have? What is her attitude like? What kind of things does she like to do for fun? You figure out what it is that you're looking for, and then when you write a profile, you're basically coming from a place of, hey, this is what I'm looking for. If this is you, or if this is describing you, then hey, shoot me an email and let's start talking. So basically what I encourage a woman to do by the time she gets to the end of my profile is I want her to reach out and send me an email saying, hey, let's chat further if you think you're what I'm looking for. And so when a woman starts writing an email, what's going on? Because of the way I set my profile up, I'm basically asking her in a way to communicate to me why she's exactly what I'm looking for. Now, when you get very specific in your profile, you're going to get less responses, but the responses you do get will be more targeted and better quality to what you're looking for. And the idea, if you're like most guys, is you're not so much interested in quantity as you are quality. Every guy deep down really wants one really great girl to have a great time with, have a great relationship with, have great sex with, go out and do fun things with, have great stimulating conversations, things of that matter. And so the idea is to help you find a really good, high-quality woman and date a string of women that are very similar or pretty close to what it is that you're looking for. And I found, at least with a Match.com profile, is that to kind of what I'm looking for in a woman, I typically, on a monthly basis, will see like anywhere from 1 to 4 women that are pretty close to what I'm looking for, who will initiate contact, and I'll actually go and look at their profile and like their pictures. I get a lot of responses, but most of the responses, a lot of them are just women that they just don't do it for me because I don't find them attractive, or I don't like their profile, or maybe they just looked at my pictures and didn't really bother reading my profile in the first place. But the idea is that if you're looking for a very specific person, you want a relationship, all you really need is one great girl to date and to have a good relationship with. And so the thing I would say is that you're spending a lot of time chasing women and starting conversations and initiating contact, whereas what you really need to do is come up with a really great profile that basically, as a woman's reading it, it causes her to go, oh, that's me. And then when she starts writing you, she's trying to prove to you why she is exactly what you're looking for. Now think about it. If a girl's reaching out to you, trying to prove to you why she's what you're looking for, that puts you in a much better and a much easier and a much more effortless place to be as far as dating a woman. And so if she's reaching out to you, 9 times out of 10, you'll end up having a conversation on the phone, because that's what I do. Is like when she reaches out, my next goal is to get her talking on the phone, see if I like her voice, see if she can carry a conversation, if she's interesting, if she's smart, if she's really intelligent, does she have a good attitude, a good sense of humor, do I like her voice? Some women I'll talk to and I don't like their voice, and then I'm not going to want to meet them. But if everything looks good or sounds good on the phone, then next thing I'm going to say, hey, why don't we get together for a drink? And I'm only going to talk to the girl for maybe 5, maybe 10 minutes just to create some rapport, see if I want to meet this girl. And then I say, hey, why don't we get together for a drink? When are you free? And then I'll make definite plans. And if she won't make definite plans with me, then I'll just say, hey, well, here's my number. Give me a call when you figure out your schedule, and we'll plan something. And I do it that way because I get right to the point. I don't have time to fuck around. And so you're spending a lot of time making a lot of effort chasing women and initiating contact when what you really should do, at least with internet dating. Because what I found, to be honest with you, is that internet dating is great and everything, but all the women I have really great relationships with, I've always met them in person. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm never going to meet somebody online and sparks aren't going to go flying, but I've just learned that, at least in my own life, in my own experience, the best, the most intense relationships that I've had over the years, it's like fate just kind of brings you and that other person into each other's orbit, and you look into each other's eyes, and there's a knowing deep down inside that that person is exactly what you're looking for. But in the meantime, because it's easy to do an internet profile. You don't really have to do much, but I highly encourage you to, in addition to your internet profile, is that you learn the things that I teach about the different pickup techniques, ones where you can have women approaching you in public, ones where you can get women to approach you in public and ask you for your phone number, and also the type where you go right up to a girl and you do the effort, you do the cold approaching. There's 3 main ways you can do it. I did an article a while back called 3 Ways to Seduce Women that I encourage you. Just Google Coach Corey Wayne, 3 Ways to Seduce Women, and that article will come up along with the associated techniques, because the idea is that not only online, but in public, wherever you go, you want to become a flirt. You want to become the type of person that talks to people, and it doesn't have to be only women. It's just when you're standing in line, you just strike up conversation with the people standing in line, and you get in the habit of doing that, like I talk about in the YouTube video I did a while back called Improving Your Social Skills. So you get to the point where you're meeting some women online, and you're also meeting women in public, and you get to the place where you just kind of lose your fear of that initial interaction and asking them for a phone number, scheduling a date, and moving it right to the point where you actually have a date. Because when you interact with enough women over time, it gets easier. You build your skill, you build your confidence, and then you get to the point where you really don't have to think about it. And that's the place you really need to be in order to get that great, amazing girl when she walks into your life, the type of woman where you look in her eyes. I mean, she just literally takes your breath away. You're so taken with her, and you can tell by the way she looks at you that she's feeling the same way. In order to get prepared for those kind of moments when they happen, so you can do everything right and not screw it up, you got to practice. And that's why I say over and over, like I talk about in my book, you got to read it 10 to 15 times. You get to know the information so well, you can literally teach it yourself. Because when you know the information that well and you've practiced it enough, you really don't have to think about it anymore. You can just simply act from a place of confidence and strength and get what it is that you want. So if you have a question you want to ask me, go to my website right now, and on the left-hand side, click the Contact Me tab and send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max, and just give me several days to get back to you with a response. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. You can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab, which will be at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. If you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook, on my website, underneath the email sign-up box, is a box that has a link that'll take you right to the Amazon Kindle download page. Once you get there, if you don't have a Kindle device already, all you have to do is download one of their free e-reader apps for your smartphone, tablet device, or your computer. It only takes a matter of seconds to download and install the app and complete the purchase of my book. And if you appreciate the value of the information I offer in these video newsletters, the articles on my website, and my ebook, you can show your appreciation by going to my website right now. And on the Wibiya toolbar at the bottom of your screen, click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information. And I will talk to you soon.